What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video, reacting to What Killed the Guitar Boom by Casino Guitars. So what's going on, everybody? Today, we're going to be reacting to What Killed the Guitar Boom by Casino Guitars. As always, if you have not already subscribed to Casino Guitars, please go and give them a sub. And I've included the link for the original video in the description. Please go and give the original video a like as well. And on this video, my video, leave a comment on what you'd like to see me react to next, and let's get to it.
Is the guitar boom over? Stay with us. We're going to explore this idea in depth. Hey, it's me, Baxter.
And me, Jonathan.
And he's finally back.
I know, I can tell that a good guitar player's been here.
Yeah,
I'm glad we're back to just a mediocre guitar player.
Your bench has been soiled with greatness.
I know, God.
And like just much more attractive. He uses hair product too.
He smells good.
He smells good. He's got like this nice aura to him and muscles. We're talking about Corey Congelia again. Anyway, let's get into the guitar business. So we saw him Philip Knight's channel the other day too about the guitar. He's talking about guitar booms. So we're gonna get into this because there's and we love Philip's channel. So it was like this was good fodder for us to also dig. But we're going to talk to all of our manufacturers, all of our friends in the universe that buy guitars like us. I just bought one from another shop, and all of the God, who else is in this game? I just went blank.
Often.
The credit card companies.
Talk to them too, but also other shops as well. So yeah, the guitar boom might be over, and no.
Sorta.
It's tricky. It's over in some places, not in other places. But let's go with the yes part first.
Sorta.
So whose fault was this? Was it our fault, the consumers? Because we bought so many freaking guitars during the pandemic?
I'm gonna say give ourselves a break.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just all the pandemic. But you know what? I've seen a boom like this before. Does everybody remember when the video game Guitar Hero came out? Everybody remember that? And every kid on that little controller with the colored buttons that can get 20,000 points on expert level thought that they could, be a great guitar player. I remember I was teaching private guitar lessons at that time. My schedule blew up with all these people, kids and even adults, that thought because they were great at Guitar Hero that was going to transfer over to them being a great actual guitar player. Something that's actually odd, almost all of those songs on Guitar Hero I could play on an actual guitar. Whenever I would play the game Guitar Hero, the rhythm seemed like it wasn't there. I sucked at it, ironically. I'm like, I know how to play this on an actual guitar, but on this controller, just like the South Park episode of Guitar Hero where they make fun of that. But yeah, so I'm assuming that the guitar boom happened completely and totally, well, I don't assume, I know, because of COVID. Everyone was at home. Everyone was on lockdown. Everyone was bored out of their mind. So the guitar boom happened because a lot of normal non-musicians that always said, I'd like to learn how to play a musical instrument. I'd like to learn how to do this. But I just never have the time. Well, guess what? Everybody had the time. Everybody had a lot of time to learn new skills. So a lot of people decided to buy guitars.
No, but it was
Take it easy.
It was madness, right?
No, it was madness,
a little
man. We were talking about it before, and I've never seen like new players buy like 9 guitars before they could play. You know what I mean? In a year, in like a 9-10 month period.
And it was great too, because like I remember the articles before, like is electric guitar and acoustic guitar dead? Like I remember the article that was in one of the major publications where George Groom was in it, and quote was like, "Yeah, it's over, it's dead." And they're like, but bam, the biggest explosion ever. And it's an unreal expectation for that to continue indefinitely in any business cycle.
It would be interesting to hear George's opinion on that now, like how he feels like that.
I was wrong.
Or he might just say, "No, this is just the death throes. This is the last hurrah." I don't know.
See, I don't think that at all, because we'll get into that later.
I don't think that, but
no. But what you were saying was true though, because it was this new boom of players and buyers came in, and what was unique about it, normally new players and buyers are young. This was a group of players and buyers that were middle-aged to old.
Yes.
That were buying really nice guitars for the first time, in multitudes of them.
right.
Again, because that's people that were adults, that were working, that were on lockdown, that couldn't go to work, or, that is, if they couldn't work remotely, even if they could work remotely, had a lot more time at home, they had the time. And of course, yes, for buying the more expensive ones and multiple ones, the older you are, the more established you are as an adult and a person that has more expendable income in most cases. So yeah, that doesn't surprise me that the older people were the ones that were buying more and more guitars. They're at home, they've got the money, and they've got the one thing that they said they never had before that was holding them back from playing guitar: time, and lots of it.
And so that created this strange, I was part of this problem, this strange expectation from the manufacturers that we got to keep building more. Yeah. And they didn't sort of take the foot off the pedal, right? They kept going.
Squeeze that lemon
until the juice runs down your leg. It always makes me think of Dylan when I say that. Not Bob Dylan, but Dylan who works with us.
Dylan,
Led Zeppelin.
No, I can't really say that's the fault, though. Was it the manufacturer's faults? I mean, maybe partly.
Yes.
No.
Let me clear it up.
We got a secret thing that everyone's gonna be happy at the end of this. Don't worry, it's getting there. Just stay with me. It's like a great this one great comedian I started watching. Anyway,
but it is weird because you can, in a weird way. It's like victim shaming. How dare you consumers buy all these guitars and consume? I
did have one guy buy 54 guitars.
That is crazy.
Not from us. We wouldn't do that. That's unscrupulous business, I think, when you're just doing that to somebody.
But we talk about this like these investors coming
Why
in,
not if they
these
want to
companies
buy it?
where it's just about a bottom line. It is a weird mix up where you wonder if they're looking towards the future.
Well, it's tricky. So the manufacturers realized the greatest increase in profits in the history of their businesses at the same time paired with the greatest increase in cost to the customer.
Yes.
And that was the trick. That might have been part of this problem too. So we've seen outrageous increases across all of the MI world, musical industry.
You also have to say, this is such a...
Although, for myself, I've been buying a lot of Harley Bentons and a lot of other inexpensive guitars. I've been noticing a ton, and you notice that if you watch my channel, the reviews that I'm putting out from extremely inexpensive instruments, things like Donner and Harley Benton and LYX even, a lot of fantastic instruments that are considered to be lower end. Well, as opposed to calling them cheap guitars, I keep on saying that I have to call them affordable guitars and basses. Just one thing that I really hope isn't responsible for the guitar boom dying down and just guitar going away in general. It seems to me like guitar-based music just isn't really doing as well as it used to. There's been a little bit of a resurgence. Most of that is because of country. And hey, it's guitar-based music, but that's not really my thing. I'm not, a country guy myself, but still, having actual instruments in actual music that's coming out played by humans is something that I fully support. It just seems like the styles of music of, hip-hop, techno, a lot of dance and pop. And let's face it, a lot of pop music these days doesn't have hardly any guitar in it at all. It's a bunch of synths and stuff. It's a bunch of FLV studio with just a bunch of, samples flying in and out. So I think that might be, I hope not, the part of the reason that the guitar boom is dying down. I really feel kind of sad for the future of guitar in general and actual musical instruments. It just seems like the younger generation doesn't care as much. And that has a lot to do with the styles of music that are the most popular these days, which is a lot of the, hip hop, pop, and techno and all that stuff. All stuff that doesn't utilize real instruments.
Weird, like perfect storm of things, because it's also probably the greatest increase of like raw materials and a scarcity of things, right? And I guarantee you some of them thought, damn it, all these people want guitars and we can't build guitars right now. So there had to be this sense of like, catch up, build guitars now, build them.
Buy anything at any cost. And there's also, we're living in a truly global environment. This is where it gives the manufacturers a bit of an out too, is that I see it from their perspective as well. I've worked at other jobs. It's strange. So big major companies that make the MI seem small, like Viacom.
We forget that it is small.
No, but compared to Apple, like Apple could buy all of the music industry and just be like, thanks, Facebook,
shut it down.
I mean, Meta. No, but the global economy we're working right now, the fuel prices, the shipping, the container costs, getting everything from the overseas, like the manufacturers, like, holy cow, this stuff's expensive all of a sudden. What do we do? So I feel like they almost had to take the price increases that they hit that affected all their overseas imports, and they had to spread that across the board into their USA and the core type of items that they've been known for having a slower increase in prices. They sort of like throttled it.
I mean, see, that makes sense to me, because if the import guitar suddenly is here, and here was your your higher end USA thing, you need that bigger gap. So that makes sense.
$50 on like a USA build guitar is not that much realized to the consumer. It's like those credit card companies that was like, hey, you don't have to do credit card fees anymore. Just pay 3%. We'll charge it to your customer instead on top of it. It's like they might not feel that. It's like when you're buying a piece of pizza, you don't feel it. When you're buying a small, low price guitar as much, you don't feel it. But you
$5,000 guitar,
3% you're going to feel.
You start to feel. That's a whole different strange thing we've been talking about.
I see it.
This trend, yeah.
And they also, the markets were flooded. We've done a whole video series on that, where like because of this boom, the manufacturers flooded the markets.
Yes.
With like all the overseas stuff, and they're having a heck of a time getting rid of it. They're offering like massive sales from their direct sites sometimes, which
it's great.
If that's what you got to do.
It's great.
I mean, that helps destroy the entire business itself. That's
awesome.
Another story. But
sorry, but it's great for us.
But then here comes I was thinking about everything else. Like, we're still buying lots of houses. We're still buying lots of fancy cars.
I bought 3 houses last week.
I mean, it's true. They were doll houses.
They were doll houses.
No, but we're still going out to restaurants. The restaurants are booked. They're packed. Because I was like, man, maybe the economy has just slowed up in some ways. Or maybe the sales, but no, we're all still buying stuff. And I looked at our books. And I was like, wait, nothing has slowed up. And like we started laughing about it. I was like, a bunch of really nice guitars found homes last week.
Yeah.
And this week already. And it's this weird sort of like conflated thing, like, it is slowing up in some places, but it's definitely not in other places. I'll dig into that a little minute more, but let's go into maybe problem 3. The credit.
No. What do you mean, Baxter? Credit's wonderful.
When you told me today that people are buying groceries on credit,
yes.
Oh.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Or at least you can, right? Like there is there's all these services where...
Not just credit card, but...
Well, there's these things where like you click and you instead of paying your $100 bill today,
take it from someone that got in over their head before with credit and credit cards. If you don't have the money, do not spend it. A lot of these places, even like Guitar Center, would give you a credit card at something crazy like 19.3% interest rate. 0% interest in 12 months. If whatever you buy, you pay it off the entire balance in that 12 months. But if you leave a balance of $5 of that $1,200, you get hit with that entire interest for that entire amount for that time. It's just bad to get into, okay? Credit cards, you should have those for things like if you need to rent a car or a hotel room for your security holds and stuff like that. Do not buy guitars and things like that with your credit card. If you do not have the money for it, do not get in that deep. Hey, I've got gas these days. Oh yeah, I got guitar number 20s being built and shipped to me, and I'm already thinking about maybe 2 more. Yeah, but I'm not gonna do that on credit, and I'm not gonna do it until the time I can feel I can do it and all the rest of the bills are paid. Do not do that. No, 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 no.
You pay $25 today, and in 2 weeks $25 more, and in 2 weeks after that $25
There's a small
more.
little surcharge.
Yeah,
on top
like
of it.
break things up into 4 payments, or and obviously we all know there's the Affirm and the Synchrony, 48-month no interest thing, which is shrinking, by the way.
So I believe like Affirm on October 29th, 2021 hit its record high of its shares.
Wow.
It was over I think it was $164 a share. Today it's at $17 a share. So people were financing everything. Like Affirm's one of the major guitar financiers, and like Synchrony's another major one. But everybody's financing. But then the reason the shares have gone down so much is default, because we are all living on this financing type of cycle instead of actually just buying the guitar with the money that we've saved.
But I mean, even through PayPal is always saying, hey, you could buy this thing, interest free from us and split it into however many payment. Like even PayPal, they target me because I'm poor. So I know all these. I know about this stuff.
And I've noticed even Amazon has that. Now, when you're buying things on Amazon, they always give you an offer to, hey, get this for so many months if you get the Amazon credit card. But even aside from the Amazon credit card, there'll be quite a few things that they'll actually offer you. Here, you can split this up into 3 or 4 zero interest monthly payments. We're just going to hit your debit card, every month until this balance comes out. And it has nothing to do with any sort of credit. They even have things like that. I'm not even sure if that is a good idea unless you absolutely know you can afford that $50, $100, whatever it's going to be a month for those. But yes, there's always places that are trying to pull you in and trying to get you to buy and consume when you don't necessarily have the money. They don't care about your budget. They don't care about the fact that you have to keep the lights on and you've got other bills you got to pay. No, here, buy this shiny new thing that you want over here. You can get it now. Buy now and have it right now. Instant gratifications. Pay later, until you realize you've done that far too many times because of temptations, and you're in a hole and you're not doing all that well financially at all.
No, I've been getting these too lately, which is making me feel like, am I like Jonathan now?
Yeah.
I don't want to be one of those.
Almost.
Oh no, things were so good for a little bit. Oh no, but so then I take the blame away from the manufacturers and I put it back firmly in my court. Some ways, and be like, hey, we are living in a different cycle. And my father always taught me, if you can't pay for it, don't buy it. Like I sort of live that way, and it's hard though, because we live in a world where we're
I do now.
See so many great things and so many awesome things we all want to have. So it's not anybody's fault in particular. But then back to what I was saying about a minute and a half ago, it's not really affecting everyone the same way.
I blame YouTube.
I know. Blame us.
What?
Us talking heads up.
Comparison to thief of joy. Wasn't that the saying? I don't know.
No, but I was talking to some of my other major shop friends, and we're all selling a lot of guitars still.
That's true.
It hasn't slowed up. We are catching up on inventory finally, getting pieces in that we've been sort of desperate for the past 2 years, but then they sell and they find great homes.
Yeah, we're not hitting that thing where oh crap, suddenly we have all this stuff and it's not going anywhere. We have it, but it is going to find homes, like you said.
And that's sort of that's across the board. I think the fever of 2021 in that that was the year. How it's been. So 2020 was the year of the plague, right?
I still don't know what year it is.
I know. Is it 2023 right now?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I was like, is it 24 yet? I hope not. This has been a cool year. It's been a fast year, I feel like.
It's been a very fast year. It's
almost
the end of July-ish.
Almost over. Yeah. Which is weird. I feel like August, summer's over now.
Yeah.
No, so it's a strange conundrum.
Well, yeah.
Because it's not, it seems like the boom is over, or it is not too. It's like I don't know. I haven't really felt that it's ended. I feel something in the air.
Well, you and I were talking. I feel like there was this frenzy through the what we really call the main part of the boom. But it seems like now it's just a lot of that has gone away. But things are still moving really steadily and quicker than they were.
Well, and this is what I think the end of it is
Great part of it, just like anything else, even though most of them were adults, people that bought guitars and even multiple guitars during COVID and lockdown. They got them, they had the time to do that, but then they realized it was really difficult. You have to put in a lot of time to get anything out of it. It's not just as easy as, yeah, I'm going to sit around, I'm going to have it in my hands, I'm going to jingle jangle around, I'm going to be great. No, so then those same people were not buying guitars at all anymore. Maybe it's that? But again, I see the whole reason with the boom being that everybody's locked at home. You've got nothing else to do. Yes, beginners, first timers, finally getting those guitars, even at, adult age. Again, nothing but time.
All the shops that I've talked to, they all have fantastic businesses. And they've built great business models. They're owned by the original owners, most of them. There's no private equity involved.
Right.
They're not, they do their bean counting in a very different way. Their bean counting is done to build a great business, support their team and their families that work there, so everyone has a great job and makes a decent, living, and enjoys where they are. And that's been the case for us too, fortunately. And I've seen that with my friends that have shops out there. It's a really weird and it's a fun, beautiful game. I love the world of music.
Yes.
But it's difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
But man, it's fun. And the people that have the right heart and the right attitudes and, a little business savvy here and there are still doing pretty darn well. I'd say beyond darn well. So I don't know. It's tricky. It's
It ain't easy, baby.
So if you go into Guitar Center, it's a different experience. As far as not saying the shops, I still love some of my favorite places are Guitar Centers.
Great, yeah.
I still go there, but for the books, it's just a different thing. And that's where the manufacturers, as we've talked about, are terrified of something happening there. Because if that goes away, it's a whole different floor plan for them.
They got to sell everything through Amazon then.
God bless.
Just going to pivot.
The overlords at Amazon. Just that's our thoughts on it so far. I think it's sort of our insights. And thanks for again for tuning in and watching this long. Click like, subscribe.
Hit the old bell.
And welcome back to old Johnny. I missed you for a little bit there.
All right. That was reacting to What Killed the Guitar Boom by Casino Guitars. So as always, if you're not subscribed already, go and give Casino Guitars a sub. And I've got the link for the original video in the description. Go there, click on it, and give the original video a like. And don't forget to, on this video, my video, leave a comment on what you'd like to see me react to next. Thanks for checking out this video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, click the notification bell, like, comment, and share. It doesn't cost a thing and would really help out the channel. Also, please subscribe to my other channel, GK Mac Music, for some live looping live streams with a side of jackassery, some original music, and some short content, also with a side of jackassery. If you'd like to help out the channel financially, you can buy some merch at the merch store, or you can become a channel member. As always, everyone, thanks so much for your continued support. Do what makes you happy.